Being able to say definitively that you comply with industry regulations is incredibly important. Industries such as manufacturing, construction, and the food industry are subject to rules set by organizations like OSHA, and violating those rules can lead to hefty fines. Your business might even be closed. Beyond that, companies that follow strict regulations and prioritize worker safety are more trusted by consumers and have a better reputation in general. So it's well worth it to establish compliance requirements and ensure that your workers follow them. First, you need to know which regulations apply to your business. This will depend on your industry, where in the world you're located, which countries you operate in, your products and services, and your customer base. It's likely that companies operating in several countries will need to comply with different regulations in each. You can find these requirements on government or regulatory agency websites. Once you know the standards that govern your business, you'll know what you need to do to meet them. Conduct a compliance audit to see what state your business is in currently. That way, you'll know where there are gaps and can adjust your compliance measures accordingly. A compliance audit should cover all the criteria required in your business separately. For each requirement, you're asking if your processes reflect regulations, if your staff understand and abide by those rules, and whether you've documented the ways in which you do, or don't, follow regulations. Based on the results of your audit, you need to make adjustments so that you're complying with industry standards. For example, if your audit reveals that employees aren't wearing their PPE, you need to make certain they do from now on. Make sure your staff understands and signs off on compliance policies. And remember, you need regular follow-up audits to make sure standards are continually upheld. In order to make sure employees are following the compliance measures you've designed, provide them training whenever you introduce new policies or change existing ones. This ensures that employees have the information they need to do their jobs in a safe way, and that they understand the consequences otherwise. Regulations and rules change all the time as new safety standards are released, so it's important to stay up to date with industry developments. One way to do that is by consulting with specialists or hiring an outside compliance officer. Compliance officers inform themselves about new regulations and lead compliance programs in companies where they're employed. To sum up, establishing and measuring compliance standards is a process rather than a one-time event. And that process has 3 parts: researching the standards you need to adhere to, periodically auditing your business to make sure you're following those standards, and changing compliance policies when new regulations come out. Measuring compliance is easy with workflow automation software like Lumiform. The software allows you to create custom inspection checklists that you can use in your compliance audits. You can include all the specific criteria you need to with a few clicks, and you can always go back to add more criteria as regulations change. After you've completed your audits, you'll automatically get analytic reports that act as visualizations of your data. These make it easy to identify patterns and prioritize which issues you'll fix first.